Grant Lindstrom, in late 2011, WWE ran promos hyping your return to Raw and then constantly delayed your return every week for about 2 months. Do you know why they did this?
At the time, no. I would literally come down, look at the sheet, and be like, okay. And then great. And then no. And then they run the things, and I'm like, And Road Dogg was my agent at the time, and he was very supportive and stuff. And we were in Memphis, and he's like, it's got to be tonight, baby. It's got to be tonight. Next week we're in Corpus Christi, and that shit ain't gonna fly down there. It's got to be here. Hey, you guys doing it next week. Corpus Christi is where it's at, Brodus. That's where it's gonna be. I'm telling you, Texas is gonna be huge. And I was just
the perfect city for it.
Just stop. I think a lot of the thing was just they literally just. It was kind of one of those things where we had ran the vignettes, and that was the direction that they were going, and that was the direction that I had been training for, and with ADR and all my time in FCW and stuff and I spent a lot of time with AA, just working on just being an aggressive heel that wasn't necessarily working like a big heel. Always in my mindset, wanted to work like him. Be aggressive, be on top of things, and like I said, I have my love affair with suplex and things like that, so it kind of set me a little apart from the big guys. But here's the situation: you have Kane coming back, established Hall of Fame monster, big show, Hall of Fame monster. Mark's back now. I would have been, and then you have Lord Tenzai coming, so I would have been either the 4th or 5th monster. That doesn't usually bode well in terms of where you're going.
Right.
And so I had to think, and they were like, well, then there's they see this guy who's always cracking jokes in the locker room and stuff, and is silly backstage and messing around, and I'm pretty sure somebody told on me when Moves Like Jagger song came out, so I was provoking Daniel Bryant with that song, and I think that's what got out. But because how else would dancing be thrown into it? I cracked jokes. I didn't dance. So I was like, except that one time on the bus in Europe. So that means somebody told, and it got put together.
But going back to the monster heel thing for a second, it worked to your advantage then.
Yeah, well, and we did something that we haven't done in a long time in sports entertainment. So we kept a secret. And part of it was because they didn't know, but there was a lot of things that happened. The Rock came back. We had the one, I was supposed to debut in Atlanta one night, and the Muppets debuted. So you're going to have the Muppets. And then evil Brodus Clay. I mean, that just doesn't work. Right. So, but it worked out for the best because it was only one Funkasaurus, and it gave me time. But I was frustrated. I was it was like I didn't want to be, end up being like there was this build, and then once I knew where we were going, then it wasn't so strenuous, and I actually wanted the extra time because I didn't want to have it come out and be just flat, So in hindsight, it came out perfectly. But going through it, I was pulling my hair out every day.
The Dirt. Here we go.
I know about my character. Zack is a great guy, and he's tremendous, and I think he was on the forefront of social media and sports entertainment, and his show was great. I never got to be on it, but and of course, I came up with him through Deep South and things like that. And I think the term buried is so overused, and it's usually by people who they're not in the business. They don't work. They're not at a job. You're at the highest level. That's like you're in the NFL, and somebody else is catching more balls. So the quarterback doesn't like you. It's just the nature of the business. It's just how it happened. He's still there. It could change any week, and. Ryder has done great things in his career that probably a lot of people didn't think he would have. So, I don't think, getting buried so bad. He works for the, World Wrestling Entertainment. So that's pretty good. Buried bad is being sent off to parts unknown, never be heard again. That's buried bad.
Gotcha. Salvatore M., you were in Deep South Wrestling's developmental territory.